Namaste and Jai Gurudev to everyone. In this beautiful opportunity of being together for 5-6 sessions, we will discuss, we will explore deep subjects which are relevant to our own lives. In this beautiful exploration, I feel let us make the base and the platform very, very clear in our own minds. I'm saying the Brahman, the universe, and the souls, all of them are made from singular consciousness. And very gradual, steady refinement of our own individual consciousness is what this whole process of evolution is. As we are going forward in our own journeys, we are knowing deeper truths. So the knowingness, the truth, the satya is getting more and more matured. Your own energy is getting more and more intensified and more. You are vibrating at a much higher frequency. So your aliveness is getting more and more matured. And then the third component of your consciousness, the ananda, the bliss, the pleasantness, different flavors of your consciousness, where from valor to compassion to love to devotion to dispassion. There are such beautiful flavors of your individual consciousness. They are getting more and more refined and more intensified. And that is what the whole process of evolution is. Now, in this whole process of evolution, as we had discussed yesterday, each individual has these 6 sections to your own life: the relationship field, the profession, the hobbies, physical health, social responsibilities, and the 6th, the most important one, is the spiritual growth. I am saying, as the spiritual growth field, the becoming a better human being, that field is getting more and more nurtured. You know yourself better, you know how to handle your consciousness better. It has reflection on all the other fields too. What I'm saying is that is the most important aspect of your individual journey of life, where using this lifetime, you make your consciousness more and more beautiful, more and more intense, more and more mature. And in that, we have this beautiful opportunity of being in the human body. You look at your own journey, thousands and thousands of lifetimes you would have crossed, being in different stages of evolution. We have reached here today. And now suddenly, being in this body, we have few relationships. Today we are going to discuss about this field of relationships. And I feel if you have that remembrance, this memory, that this lifetime is not the beginning nor the end. It is just a small chunk of time in between. That eternal journey is going to continue even after we drop these bodies. And taking the body, we call it birth. Dropping the body, we call it death. This birth and death we have done for innumerable times, millions and millions of times. And slowly evolving, we are now sitting in front of each other with these human bodies. Now, when you have that memory, when you have that remembrance, that it is, this lifetime is a small chunk of that eternal journey, and each individual soul has its own journey to complete. Suddenly, your whole attitude of looking at the relationships completely changes. What I mean is, imagine each individual soul is passing in their own journeys, lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, and suddenly in this lifetime, we have come together. Somebody has become your father, somebody has become your mother, your husband or wife, your children, your brother, sister, your friends, your boss. I'm saying, though we have these so-called relationships, the deeper truth is, higher truth is, that each individual has its own journey to finish. And in this lifetime, we have named these souls who are passing in their own journeys with a particular relationship. I'm saying, remember that every individual soul has its own journey to complete, and suddenly we are coming together. If you have traveled in Indian Railways, that analogy, that example will make things much more clearer for you. If you have booked your berth or a seat in Indian Railways and you go and sit there, and there are few others who are sitting in the same compartment, but everybody has their own destination. Somebody has come before you in that journey, and someone will come and join you afterwards, but each soul has their own destination already fixed. Once they reach to that destination, few people will get down from the train before you, some maybe after you. But every soul has its own journey to finish. My point here is, let us talk about what to do and how to make it beautiful when we are together. That's the exploration. While we are together, maybe for 50 years, 60 years, 80 years, I'm saying, in the process of evolution, each individual soul, what are they looking for? You would see everybody wants to be happy, everybody wants to learn more, everybody wants to live higher and with heightened energies. My point is, if you are a support to your relationships in this beautiful way of living life, of expanding their consciousness, attaining moksha, maybe, liberation, salvation, divinity, whatever you call it. In that process, if you are a support to them, your being with them is worthwhile. If they are support to you, you see how beautiful you feel. I am saying that is the purpose of togetherness. You keep expecting something and somebody doesn't want to fulfill that expectation, and they are frustrated and you are frustrated, and you cling on to them and they cling on to you. What is the point of being together? I'm saying each individual has both the sides. There are some strengths and there are some weaknesses. There are some positives and there are some negatives. There are some shortcomings, there are some extraordinary powers. Each one of us have. To be able to celebrate their positives and to be able to accommodate their negatives is the skill of beautifying of the relationship. Please remember, see, if somebody always appreciates your goodness, each one of us has both sides, isn't it? But if somebody appreciates your goodness, you want to be better with them. You want to be even more good to them. That is the beauty of relationships. That is the beauty of human consciousness. The more you appreciate something, they want to be better with you. They want to be even more good to you. And if somebody keeps scolding you and wronging you and blaming you for all maybe the mistakes that you have, in a little while you feel, if I am not being appreciated, why should I listen to you? If you are not able to see the good side of me? Why should I hear what you're saying? That's precisely what happens to people also when you keep poking about the negative side. I'm saying, if you want to make a difference in somebody's life, the first necessity is that they should be ready to that change. If they are ready for that change, the change will happen quickly. But for that, you have to be so patient, so accommodating. Do not lose your connection with them. You know, if you look at your relationships, those who are connected with you, those who are with that sense of love and belongingness with you, you are able to listen to them much, much more. Those who do not have that oneness with you, that belongingness with you, why would you listen to them? This is exactly what happens to people too. If you have maintained that oneness, that belongingness, that sense of we are together, that might give you an opportunity where you say something and they might listen. Remember, in the process of beautifying of the relationships, few things will really help you. One, remember, every single soul has its own journey to finish. And in this lifetime, we are together for a little while. And while we are together, if we are a source of learning for them, if we are a source of enhancement of energy for them, if we are a source of pleasantness and happiness for them, people cherish your presence. If we are not a source of all these beautiful things, there is no togetherness then. Same way, in the process of beautifying of the relationships, I would say communication has a very, very important role to play. Open-hearted communication, where you are able to express your heart, where people are able to express their heart to you. It's very, very, very important. And for that, I would say, in the process of communication, appreciate what goodness they have. As soon as you appreciate the good aspect of them, somehow the nature gives you that almost a right to even point out the not so good side also. One more thing. While you are dealing with people, if you want to say something, there is a very important rule. You should speak only and only when the other person is ready to listen to you. Otherwise, you'll have to wait. Look for an opportunity. Don't be in a hurry. I'm saying, in relationships, communication is important, but you should speak only when people are in the mode of listening. If they are not, you can use your skill, your right on them. You can prepare their minds first to listen, and only then you should deliver. Otherwise, in a little while, if you are not sensitive to their ability to listen to you, very soon they stop listening, and then you feel, I'm not being heard. But I'm saying, if you are speaking that is worth listening to, people will listen to you. Isn't it? I'm saying there's one more thing. When we communicate with each other, keep this rule, keep this discipline. When you are speaking, avoid anger, bitterness, and blames. If you are able to speak the same truth, whatever you want to say to them, without these three intense emotions, anger, blames, and bitterness, it will be much, much more easy for people to receive you. Same way, when people are listening to you, avoid victim consciousness and and avoid defensive consciousness. If you go into victim mode, poor me attitude, and you feel as if injustice is happening to you, you are being blamed and wronged, that does not allow people to speak their heart out to you. If you keep defending yourself all the time, people don't want to take that risk of challenging your ego then. And then, many times we are together and we keep observing people all the time. People are observing you, you observe people, and many times you want to say something to somebody. But if they are not in the listening mode, whatever thorn that gets pricked, it ferments in you. As soon as you speak it out, you see a load of emotion gets lifted off from your consciousness and you are able to connect with them again. But that opportunity happens only when somebody is not defending all the time. Same way, when people are listening to you, speaking to you, when they want to say something to you, and if you are not in the defensive mode, only then people feel open enough and they will speak out their heart. And when they have that open-hearted communication with you, once again that opportunity of connecting with them happens. Otherwise, if something ferments in their consciousness, that fermentation, something that has pricked in their consciousness, that can become kind of reason for distance, isn't it? So I'm saying, in the realm of relationships, communication plays a very, very important role. So while you are listening to people, avoid victim and defense. When you are speaking to people, avoid anger, bitterness, and blames. Now, I'm not saying you should be all the time goody-goody to them. I am saying, in the relationships, to speak your heart out, there is a beautiful formula. In the relationships, who is right and who is wrong in whichever event, do not give importance to that right and wrong. In spite of very improper behaviors, if you are able to maintain that sense of belongingness with them, that love, that oneness with them, and if you are able to maintain their dignity, their honor, their respect in your heart, that is the skill of maintaining the beauty of relationships. In other fields of life, maybe right, wrong is necessary or important. In the field of relationships, specifically the relationships which matter to you the most, specifically the relationships which are like your supports, avoid right-wrong judgments. Learn to maintain belongingness and honor, dignity, respect about each other. Communication plays a very important role. While you are communicating, avoid anger, bitterness, and blames. And while you are listening, avoid victim and defense. Remember, each individual is on his or her own journey to salvation. Let us be support in that journey for each other. Let us declare this to each other, is what I'm saying. If you are able to declare this to your loved ones, that I am there for you whenever you want, whenever you need me, and request them, if I am making any mistake, if I am faltering from my path, please be open with me and bring me back on my path. If that support can be given to each other, that is the beauty of relationships. Lots and lots of love to everybody. If you have already booked your Celebrating Life book that I have written. That's wonderful. All these beautiful subjects that we are talking about, all of them are penned down in that beautiful scripture. Gurudev has given this beautiful name to it, Celebrating Life. That's the name of our book. And the tagline is 6 steps to complete blossoming of your individual consciousness. Lots of love.